Hello and welcome back to the Fat Guardians. We are on video number 2 of our Void subclass build. This is going to be for PvP again. Sorry PvEers, but this is going to be for PvP again. And I just want to say thank you for listening to what I have to say about the Warlocks here. I didn't say it in the last video, but I like Titans the best. I switched to Hunter just a little bit when Taken King came out for about 3 months, but then I had to go back to Titan. But Warlock is just so special to me in the fact that it is different, so different than everything else. You have essentially your beefy character, your stealth character, and this is literally the Space Wizard. There is a medal when you get, I want to say 3 kills with a Nova Bomb called Space Magic. It is awesome. I have a clip where I killed, I think, 5 people with a Nova Bomb on heavy ammo. And it's just so fun to do. But anyways, like I said, I love the Void subclasses. I just love them. This Void subclass right here, the Nova Bomb subclass, the Voidwalker, is a one and done super that you use it, it's pretty much done, it's awesome. I like to call this particular setup, though, the Tryhard setup. I'll show you what I mean in a second. First off, let's look at our Voidwalker subclass that we got. First off, for grenades, we get Axiom Bolt. It's pretty much the best grenade for PvP right now with the Voidwalker. Maybe Scatter Grenade with Nothing Manacles, but Axiom Bolt's the best. Then we go on to our jumps. Focus Control, Focus Burst, no. Go with Blink. Yes, Blink is not as powerful as it was in year 1. There are no invincibility frames. You do get hit, you can get killed in the middle of a Blink animation, but it's just so cool to just jump from location to location. If you are used to it, it's a little bit shorter jump than the other jumps, but if you can get used to it, it is very awesome. And while people are savvy to its ways, they know what's going to happen, somebody blinking is still not going to be very expected nowadays. When you blink, you get out of the way, and yes, they can still shoot you, but you're still getting out of the way. Most of the time you're getting a higher advantage on them, so if you want a shotgun or anything, Blink Shotgun is very effective, but for Tryhard I don't actually do that. On the Nova Bomb, I use Shatter. I don't use Annihilate and I don't use Lance. The reason I use Shatter is because Shatter gives a wider range to that Nova Bomb. It doesn't matter if you get hit by any one of those Nova Bombs and you are essentially in quote unquote the blast radiance, you're gonna die. So Shatter splits wide that Nova Bomb. If you're from a little bit far away too, there's some chance somebody might can split in between those, but if you're down a corridor and throw this down, one of them's gonna get near them, one of them's gonna blow it up. That's why I use that. Okay, Energy Drain. You could say, why would I not use Soul Rip? Killing an enemy with Energy Drain reduces the cooldown Nova Bomb. That goes into the weapon selection I picked, but I always like to use Surge. Damaging an enemy, increase weapon and movement speed. Again, with the weapon I picked, you'll see why. And this is also a damage. It doesn't matter. You can hit somebody, and if you're not going to win, get out of there very quickly. Like most players, they just like to go for toughness. So go for Arcane Spirit, Battle Recovery, and Toughness, and Toughness at all costs for Divine Order. I'm just all about toughness generally, until you see my Night Stalker setup, which is all about agility, but I'll get to that later. But right now we have just toughness all around. Now we go to, oh, I said the name of that perk wrong, I'm sorry. Now we go to this column right here, your Nova Bomb, essentially, modifier. We have Angry Magic, we have Hunger, and Annihilate. This one's actually something, Vortex, excuse me. Annihilate is actually what I use over here because it increases the size of the explosion. So any one of these Shatter Nova Bombs is going to hit them, they're going to die. Hey, each one of them has a bigger explosion. While Angry Magic can track enemies, it's not as powerful as like a rocket tracking, so I just don't do that. The Hunger, yeah, I just don't do that. Then we go to our last one where we have all these other things. They're pretty cool. But Vortex Mastery is definitely, and it's because of that added extra increase the range of Axiom Bolt Seekers. Axiom Bolt Seekers right now give you literally two little dots that just go and they follow somebody and kills them, like essentially a grenade's worth of damage. So you throw it down in the middle of enemies, it'll follow 2 people. This one right here, the reason I use it is because it increases the range of Axiom Bolt Seeker, so if you throw it down, somebody a little bit farther away can get tracked and get hit by this. Okay, so we'll go out. The reason that I chose some of my class setups is for this weapon right here. It is called the Talltech. I have no idea exactly how you say it, but this weapon has better handling, rate of fire, and stability when the wielder's super is charged. Yes, Nova Bomb is a very powerful super, and yes, you like to use it. But while you're waiting for the perfect opportunity to use this, and I call it Tryhard because I want to get the most kills out of it, use the Talltech. Most people use the Talltech with a Sun Singer, and it's very good with Sun Singer. If you hold that self-res, it's just one of the best scout rifles in the game with that perk active. But with the Nova Bomb, it's very good to hold that perk, hold your Nova Bomb, just wait for the perfect opportunity. Maybe a capture game type where everyone on the enemy team's over there, or waiting for heavy, maybe heavy to spawn to get some good kills. With the Nova Bomb, you have to wait for your opportunity, wait for to get the maximum amount of kills, and Talltech will definitely help you do that. I definitely say Tryhard because we have the 1,000-yard stare that comes from the quest with rifled barrel, firefly, and the last resort, and it has a short gauge. So I mean, Tryhard sniper rifle. For heavy, while yes, you can get more kills with a machine gun. Let's go with Ilium's. That's how I say it. Frenzy. If my computer would stop acting weird, but let me see. I'm pretty sure I got tracking, it's got the cocoon, and it's got something else. So it's just got tracking, rocket launcher, very Tryhard. I don't really have specific setups right now for my intellect, discipline, and strength because I'm literally just trying to get the highest light level gear as I can for my Warlock right now. But I have tried to tune it so I get a little bit more discipline for those Axiom Bolts, and the reason is this right here. This is the Voidfang Vestments, and the Voidfang Vestments signature perk is spawn with full super energy, and your Axiom Bolt grenade spawns an additional Seeker. So you will now have 3 Seekers popping out, chasing people, so if there's a bunch of people, just throw right in the middle of it. Also, you spawn with full grenade energy, so anytime you die and respawn, you will have a grenade, which is amazing, especially with this kind of stuff. So I say Tryhard because you're just literally trying your best to maximize everything, your neutral game, everything, especially with this Talltech. Now, some of you might say, why don't you go to a shotgun? And I'll show you my example of a shotgun. It doesn't work in year 2, but if you really want to go super Tryhard with a shotgun, especially with that blink, Lord of Wolves, definitely. It's essentially a burst shotgun. If you're anywhere close to somebody, pull that trigger and it just rattles off and kills everybody. When I use that in normal PvP, obviously because of its attack rate, but when you use it in normal PvP, I go over and use this NL Shadow 701X. Fast rate of fire, low impact scout rifle. I think it's a 5 or 6 shot headshot, but it's still very cool, very fast to hit, especially if you have the Lord of Wolves. You get a couple shots in, blink in close, kill them with that. But I still say use the Talltech. And you're like, hey, Speedman, why would you hold on to your super with the Talltech to get that extra stuff? And I just say you've got to pick your moments. Most people Nova Bomb, they panic, they see 1 or 2 people, they Nova Bomb, they maybe get a double kill. You have to wait for your timing. Now, I will admit that this Tryhard setup is definitely for 6v6 or something like that. If you are running a 3v3, probably not the best to hold a Nova Bomb. It could be depending on the game type, but you know, this is definitely a bigger game mode play. But I just want to give you a quick showing of my Warlock, my Tryhard setup. Now, there are definitely other Tryhard setups out there for the Voidwalker, definitely. Different things you can do. Some people like the Lance with the Annihilate. Some people like the Hunger Drain effect. If you roll over here and you see the Obsidian Mine, Nova Bomb kills reduce the cooldown of your next Nova Bomb with the Energy Drain effect, with grenades triggering let me see. The very last one, damaging enemies with Nova Bomb or any grenade triggers the energy effect, so you can just damage them and get your super up if you're super tryhard with your super. But I just tried this one to essentially round out the play style. I don't want to have just one thing that's good. I don't want to rely on my super and have bad weapons or not have a decent grenade. So this setup right here, in my opinion, just sets you up for a more well-rounded character. It may not be the best at doing everything, but you'll still be able to get decent plays off of this. This is essentially my favorite subclass of the Warlocks. I like to play Sunsinger a lot in PvE, and I know Sunsinger has a very good neutral game for PvP. I just love the Nova Bomb so much. Also love this shader. This shader right here is called the Arctic Proxy. I have no idea how I got it. I could probably look it up very quickly, but notice the patterning on the Warlock there, excuse me. It is essentially Arctic camo, and it's only a blue. It's not a legendary shader, but I use it all the time because it's essentially Arctic camo. Alright, thank you for watching this video. This is part 2 of my Void subclass guide. This has been acbtheman. Thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your grandmother. Have her like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Something about a pizza being personal opinion or whatever, I don't know. Go to your local pizza joint, they'll tell you. I just want to say thank you once again for viewing these videos. They, like I said in the last video, they are a side project, but they could easily become a big thing if we can get some help from the community, you guys, in sharing all this stuff. Thank you, and have a good night.